Hey guys, I'll be making a basic tutorial of how I make my holographic stickers in Silhouette Studio. So I first start off with the design I have in mind, and I just put it in the center of my canvas here. And what we want to do first is actually prepare our page for printing and cutting. So what you want to do is you want to head over to the page setup panel, which is on the sidebar here. And for some reason it's not going to show the boxes when I click on them, but there are pop-up boxes. So you want to go to the third tab where it says registration marks. For style you want to go to type 1, Cameo, and for length and thickness I have everything dragged to the right, and for inset everything dragged to the left. So when you do that, you actually have more room to put more stickers on there, so it's actually really good to do that. So now that we have our page ready, what I want to do next is I want to get rid of this pink background actually. So what I'll do now is open the trace panel, select the trace area, and you just want to fill in everything that you want a part of your sticker. So all this highlight right here, this is going to be everything that we're going to be using. So you don't want anything more than that, like this is too much, look, this is too much. You want to kind of find like a balance, like right here is right here is pretty good. So once you have that, you want to trace and detach it. Once you did that, you can now remove your background and actually click and delete it. So what that did is now we can use all of these elements separately, like we can move them wherever we please. So for example, I will be moving these stars closer to the head and the hands because it's going to look really good with the outline. I didn't want like extra gaps or unnecessary space on my stickers, so everything's going to be close together like that. So now that we have everything pretty much ready, so we're going to select our whole image and we're going to add an outline. So head over to the offset panel on the sidebar. You're going to click offset, and I'm going to go for, I mean this is pretty good right here, or maybe I'll go up to. So for this one I'll go to a 0.135 for the thickness of the line. So this is actually pretty much up to your discretion as to what you think looks good for your sticker. So now I can go in and just delete whatever, like erase whatever unnecessary space there was in between. So now that we have our outline sticker, we can, let me see, I'm going to scale this down a little bit. Right there is good. So now I'm going to want to position this on the paper the best way I can do it. So pretty sure I can fit about 8 on here, so let me try that. So you might have to rotate some things, maybe scale it down a minute, but it's all worth it because you want to use as much of your sticker paper as you can. So I'm just fitting it kind of like puzzle pieces. Okay. Alright, so now that I have that, it pretty much is ready to be cut and printed, and so next thing you want to do is go over to your Send tab, and when you are printing you want to make sure that these settings, hold on, actually when you're cutting you want to make sure these settings are like this. You want to make sure like the outline, this is the only outline that is red, like all the way on the outside, because when you go here this inside stuff, all of this, that means it's going to cut everything inside, so like the head and all that, so that's not really what we want to do for the stickers, so we just want that basic outline cut. So this is my sticker settings. I go to a 6 deepness for the cut, and for the speed I do a slower speed so it doesn't get caught on the paper. And for force I go to actually about somewhere like, between 22, 24, 25, whatever, somewhere in that range you want to do it. And then for passes you want it to be set to 2 if you're doing it over the holographic paper, because it's a thicker paper, so you want to make sure that it goes over the design again and cuts it all the way through, because if you just do one, it's just going to do a kiss cut, which means that only the top layer you can just peel off the sticker, but you want like the whole sticker to be cut, so that way you can, like sell it and whatever. So this is just for our purposes. So that's pretty much that. So now I'll be showing how I get the actual stickers to be holographic. And what I'm using is this special holographic paper, which is transparent, and it comes on a sheet with an adhesive back to it. That way you can stick it directly on top of your sticker paper, and you can see your design underneath the holographic. So I start from one corner, I carefully peel, and then I start to peel from the middle just like that, so you can get the sheet off without it getting caught on itself. And then I'm going to hold it like this to where the middle droops down. So you want that middle piece to touch your sticker sheet first. So once you put it down on the paper, once you do the middle part down first, then you can slowly press the rest of that right side carefully, gently down, and then follow it with the left side. And you don't want to press out, the air bubbles too hardcore right now. That's what the laminator's for, but it's pretty much how to get it on there. And then you may need to trim off the paper from the sides there, the holographic paper. So the type of laminator I use is actually just like so old. It's such an old Staples laminator that you can't even find the model online. I picked it up for $1 at a Salvation Army. But what you'll want to get is a basic like cold laminator, and some have like 2 settings, like mine has a hot and a cold setting. So I'm sure you could find one on Amazon for like a cheaper price with a cold setting. So this cold setting, actually what it does is it bonds the holographic paper to your sticker sheet, and not only does it do that, but it presses out all those air bubbles to make sure that your stickers just look perfect. And you actually might find that sometimes when you run it through, there might be a couple of those pesky bubbles in the way, and maybe if you run it through a couple more times they'll be gone, but sometimes there's just like an air bubble that got caught and you can't do anything about it. So, but this sticker paper is actually available in my Etsy shop. The link is in the bio, and with every order you get 3 sheets, and that's for $5. So 3 A4 sized sheets, which is like basically a full size sheet of paper, if not a little bit bigger. So that's what I'm pretty much doing, is just running through this paper, running through the sticker paper through the laminator a couple times. So now you see that they're bonded and it looks pretty ready. So it's ready to be cut, and now you can see the final result and how beautiful and sparkly they look. They look like this, super cute, perfectly cut out. And thank you guys for watching, and look in the bio for some of my places to find my art. Thank you.